schedule here, which continues to be tight. And it could happen that I might have to use the time slot in the morning, my morning, your evening in India, for more meetings, but I will not know till late tonight. So just watch out for messages coming from me there. Okay. So we'll get started momentarily after this brief prayer to the spiritual master. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjan Shalakya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Okay, so which chapter from Bhagavad-gita are we reading?
9.
9th chapter.
9, correct, for 500 points. Okay, now let me try my best to start the screen with you. Let me know if you can see Bhagavad-gita. So what is the full name of the chapter?
Transcendental knowledge.
Transcendental knowledge. Chapter 9.
The most confidential knowledge.
Most confidential knowledge. Right.
Sorry.
The most confidential knowledge. Okay. Text 1. So reading order. Let's do 3 verses each as usual. Sukomal, Premai, Radha, Jyoti, Mataji, and Varshana Mataji. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let's get going.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting, and it is joyfully performed. Those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attain me, O conqueror of enemies. Therefore they return to the path of birth and death in this material world."
By me in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. And yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Behold my mystic opulence. Although I am the maintainer of all living entities and although I am everywhere, I am not a part of this cosmic manifestation, for myself is the very source of creation. Understand that as the mighty wind blowing everywhere rests always in the sky, all created beings rest in me.
Jyoti Mataji? Did she drop out? No, she's there. Jyoti? Text 7 onwards. I don't see her microphone.
Material manifestation enter into my nature, and at the beginning of another millennium, by my potency, I create them again. The whole cosmic order is under me, under my will. It is automatically manifested again and again, and under my will, it is annihilated at the end. O Dhananjaya, all this work cannot bind me. I am ever detached from all these material activities, seated as though neutral. Hare Krishna ji.
Hare Krishna. This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction, O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Text 11. Fools deride me when I descend in this human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the supreme Lord of all that be. Text 12. Those who are thus bewildered are attracted by demonic and atheistic views. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their fruitive activities, and their culture of knowledge all are defeated. Hare Krishna.
O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, the great schools, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Others who engage in sacrifice by the cultivation of knowledge worship the Supreme Lord as the one without a second, as diverse in many and in the universal form.
But it is I who am the ritual, I the sacrifice, the offering to the ancestors, the healing herb, the transcendental chant. I am the butter and the fire and the offering. I am the father of this universe, the mother, the support and the grandsire. I am the object of knowledge, the purifier and the syllable Om. I am also the Rig, the Sama and the Yajur Vedas. I am the goal, the sustainer, the master, the witness, the abode, the refuge, and the most dear friend. I am the creation and the annihilation, the basis of everything, the resting place, and the eternal seed.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, one second. Mataji, can you let Aruni Mataji in?
Oh, she's there. I didn't hear her join. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
O Arjuna, I give heed and I withhold and send forth the rain. I'm immortality and I'm also death personified. Both spirit and matter are in me. Text 20. Those who study the Vedas and drink the Som juice, seeking the heavenly planets, worship me indirectly and purified of sinful reaction. They take birth on pious heavenly planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights. Text 21. When they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure and the result of their pious activities are exhausted, they return to this mortal planet again. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of three Vedas, achieve only repeated birth and death. Hare Krishna Ji.
Hare Krishna. So I just wanted to point out over here that this word, right, Mataji, that you were
So,
saying som juice, right? So if this is
uh,
som, then what should this be?
Indra, Soma juice. Indra,
Soma, right? Yeah. And I wanted to
Soma
just
juice.
mention over here that like you will see in cities, som kaksh. Som kaksh is what in Hindi? Som kaksh. If you were to translate that som kaksh into English, what will that become?
Som,
Som kaksh.
Som Kach.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Som kaksh is a bar,
Yes,
right? So now, if,
yes.
while you're reading this, you may just wonder that if this is a bar, then here they are saying those who study the Vedas and drink the Soma juice.
Drink.
So they're studying the Vedas, they're having alcohol also at the same time, right? And
Ji.
they will go to the heavenly planets. That's not the case because Som is a Hindi word, right? Som is a Hindi word for alcohol. But this is Soma. This is different.
Soma.
This is
Yeah.
different. And this is a different juice. It's not alcohol. It's not an intoxicating thing. This is a juice that people drink to increase their knowledge in these kind of topics, esoteric topics, right? So just wanted to mention that.
Thank you so much. I think I have to be very, very careful because when there is a, I pronounce it wrong. I don't know why.
And
So
old
I'll
habit.
be very careful.
Yeah.
There's
Old
a
habits. Yeah.
habit,
Right. It's a
old
habit. And
habit.
I always repeatedly tell, especially on Sunday morning classes, that read with your eyes and not with your mind, because your mind is telling you that you already know the word som. So this is som, right? But the eyes are, even so, as you see, mind is more powerful than the sense organs. It's the most powerful sense organ. Yeah. Okay. Well, now you learned today. That's fine. Okay. So then where did we go? Soma juice. Then 21, right? 22. We'll start with 22. And who's coming after you? Varshanavati.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna. But those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. 23. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. Hare Krishna.
Those who worship the demigods will take birth among
Just
the
let's
demigods.
see.
She said she can't read.
She can't read? Okay, go ahead.
Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me.
In this way, you will be freed from bondage to work and its auspiciousness and inauspicious results. With your mind fixed on me in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination.
Hare Krishna ji, text 31. He quickly becomes righteous and attain lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it bodily that my devotee never perishes.
Declare it how?
He never
No, this one.
boldly.
Hmm.
Declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. Boldly. Am I reading it wrong?
You said bodily earlier.
Acha, sorry.
Right. But you should have finished
O
at
son
30.
of
Yeah, you should have finished at 30, right? Where did we go wrong?
30, she
What happened? Somebody messed it up. Okay, no problem. Go
no,
ahead.
she read it. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination.
Yeah.
He quickly becomes
Yeah, I was just
determination.
saying that you should stop here, right? Because we are all reading 3 verses each. So that's what I
No,
was asking. Where did the count go wrong?
that I don't need it. I don't need it till 29, I think.
Yeah.
I'm reading
But
now
if everybody, what I'm
30,
just saying is if
31,
everybody is
32,
reading,
I'll read. Ji?
yeah, but why? That's the question I'm
Read
asking, right? That's the question I'm asking. Either somebody read less or somebody read more. So we should be careful about what 3 only. So okay, you continue with your 3, but this is for the whole group, right? Somewhere we messed it up. I'm noticing this for the last few weeks also. The number goes right. Yeah. So from where did you start, Jyoti Mataji?
30.
You started from 30? Okay.
Ji.
Continue. 30, 31, 32.
31. He quickly becomes righteous and attain lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. Text 32. O son of Pritha, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, merchant, and Shudras, workers, can attain the supreme destination. Hare Krishna Ji.
All right. Who's coming next?
Text 33. How much more this is so of righteous Brahmanas, the devotees, and the saintly kings. Therefore, having come to this temporary, miserable world, engage in loving service unto me. 34. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee, offer obeisances to me, and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. Hare
Right.
Krishna.
So, so there is this word, right? The last verse starts with this. So how will you pronounce these two words? This one and this one in here.
Which one,
Which
Mataji? You
one?
have not highlighted.
Here,
Engage your
where your names are, right?
Oh,
Can you see it now?
engage. Engage.
engage
Engage.
And then what
and
is it?
This is unengage and that is
engage.
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 Now you know the difference, right? There is no such thing as engage. You see the
Yeah.
right red dot? Yeah, it's all engage, right?
Engage.
Engage. All right. Okay, so let's go to today's verse, which is a amazing verse, very powerful. Verse number 11. Avajānanti mānuṣīṁ mānuṣīm tanum param bhāvam ajānanto mama bhūta-maheśvaram. Avajānanti mānuṣīṁ tanum param bhavam ajānanto mama bhūta-maheśvaram. Avajānanti mānuṣīṁ tanum param bhavam ajānanto mama bhūta-maheśvaram. Synonyms: avajānanti, deride; mam, me; mūḍhāḥ, foolish men; mānuṣīṁ, in a human form; tanum, a body; āśritam, assuming; param, transcendental; bhāvam, nature; ajānantaḥ, not knowing; mama, my; bhūta, of everything that be; mahā-īśvaram, the supreme proprietor. So what is the meaning of mānuṣīṁ?
In the human form.
In a human form. Okay, good. And what is ajānantaḥ?
Not
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 knowing.
knowing.
Not knowing. All right, good. Translation: fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the supreme Lord of all that be. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. From the other explanations of the previous verses in this chapter, it is clear that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although appearing like a human being, is not a common man. The personality of Godhead, who conducts the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the complete cosmic manifestation, cannot be a human being. Yet there are many foolish men who consider Krishna to be merely a powerful man and nothing more. Actually, he is the original Supreme Personality, as is confirmed in the Brahma Samhita, Ishvara Parama Krishna. He is the Supreme Lord. Okay, so now who was the last person who read? Varshana was reading, right?
Yes, Madam.
Okay. Okay, you continue one paragraph.
There are many Ishvarans, controllers, and one appears greater than another. In the ordinary management of affairs in the material world, we find some official or director, and above him there is a secretary, and above him a minister, and above him a president. Each of them is a controller, but one is controlled by another. In the Brahma Samhita,
Which
it
Samhita?
is said,
Which Samhita?
Samhita,
Which Samhita?
Brahma Samhita.
Yeah.
It is said that Krishna is the supreme controller. There are many controllers, undoubtedly, both in the material and the spiritual world. But Krishna is the supreme controller, Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishna, and his body is Sat Chit Ananda, non-material.
Who's next?
Me.
Okay.
Material bodies cannot perform the wonderful acts described in previous verses. His body is eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge. Although he is not a common man, the foolish deride him and consider him to be a man. His body is called here mānuṣīm because he is acting just like a man, a friend of Arjuna's, a politician involved in the battle of Kurukshetra. In so many ways, he is acting just like an ordinary man, but actually his body is Satchit Ananda, Vigraha, eternal bliss and knowledge absolute. This is confirmed in the Vedic language also. Satchit Ananda Rupaya Krishnaya. I offer my obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, who is the eternal blissful form of knowledge. Gopala Tapani Upanishad 1.1. There are other descriptions in the Vedic language also.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find my cursor. Okay.
There are other descriptions in the Vedic language also. Tam ekam govindam. You are Govinda, the pleasure of the senses and the cows. Satchit Ananda Vigraham, and your form is transcendental, full of knowledge, bliss, and eternality. Gopala Tapina Upanishad 1.38.
Tapani.
Tapani.
Tapani Upanishad.
Can you scroll?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Okay. Mataji, Vrindavali, please can you read one paragraph?
Yeah.
Mataji,
हाँ, tell me.
थोड़ा scroll कर दीजिए. Scroll नहीं हो रहा.
It's done.
Thank you.
You want me to read or you want Mataji read?
No. It is your turn, Vrindavali Mataji, to read.
Okay. Despite the transcendental qualities of Lord Krishna's body, its full bliss and knowledge, there are many so-called scholars and commentators of Bhagavad-gita who deride Krishna as an ordinary man. The scholar may be born an extraordinary man due to his previous good work, but this conception of Sri Krishna is due to a poor fund of knowledge. Therefore, he is called mūḍhā, for only foolish persons consider Krishna to be an ordinary human being. The foolish consider Krishna an ordinary human being because they do not know the confidential activities of the Supreme Lord and his different energies. They do not know that Krishna's body is a symbol of complete knowledge and bliss, that he is the proprietor of everything that be and that he can award liberation to anyone, because they do not know that Krishna has so many transcendental qualifications. They deride him. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, should I read it? My turn?
Yeah, please. No,
No.
Vindhyavali, yeah. I normally put Sukomal after Vindhyavali because she only recognizes Sukomal's voice. That's why. Okay, Primayra.
Sorry about it.
You
Nor
should
do
learn
they
to
know.
recognize the voices of devotees, Mataji.
I don't
Yeah.
know, Mother.
You have to try.
Only your voice I can recognize.
Go ahead.
Nor do they know that the appearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in this material world is a manifestation of his internal energy. He is the master of the material energy. As has been explained in several places, Mama Maya Durattaya. He claims that the material energy, although very powerful, is under his control, and whoever surrenders unto him can get out of the control of this material energy. If a soul surrendered to Krishna can get out of the influence of material energy, then how can the Supreme Lord, who conducts the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the whole cosmic nature, have a material body like us? So, this conception of Krishna is complete foolishness. Foolish persons, however, cannot conceive that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, appearing just like an ordinary man, can be the controller of all the atoms and of the gigantic manifestation of the universal form. The biggest and the minutest are beyond their conception, so they cannot imagine that a form like that of a human being can simultaneously control the infinite and the minute. Actually, although he is controlling the infinite and the finite, he is apart from all this manifestation. It is clearly stated concerning his yogam aishwaryam, his inconceivable transcendental energy, that he can control the infinite and the finite simultaneously, and that he can remain aloof from them. Although the foolish cannot imagine how Krishna, who appears just like a human being, can control the infinite and the finite, those who are pure devotees accept this, for they know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, they completely surrender unto Him and engage in Krishna consciousness, devotional service of the Lord.
माता जी स्क्रॉल कर दीजिए.
I'm scrolling, Mataji. For some reason, you're not getting the scroll, is it?
No, the last line I'm getting is that last. Therefore, they completely. Now it is.
Okay.
There are many controversies between the impersonalist and the personalist about the Lord's appearance as human being. But if we consult Bhagavad-gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, the authorities' text for understanding the science of Krishna, then we can understand that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is not an ordinary man, although he appears on this earth as an ordinary human. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, when sages headed by Shaunka required the activities of Krishna, they said, Kritvan Kila Karmani Saha Ram, Ramena Keshvaha Ati Martyani Bhagwan Gudhan Kapata Manuṣāḥ. Lord, shall I read further? Mataji, I can't hear you. Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, along with Balrama, played like human being. And so masked, he performed many superhuman acts. Bhagavatam 1.1.20 The Lord appearance as man bewilders the foolish. No human being could perform the wonderful acts that Krishna performed while he was present on this earth. When Krishna appeared before his father and mother, Vasudeva and Devaki, he appeared with 4 hands. But after the prayers of parents, he transformed himself into ordinary child. As stated in Bhagavatam 10.3.46, Bhuva Prakrita Shishuhu. He became just like an ordinary child, an ordinary human being. Now, here again, it is indicated that Lord's appearance as an ordinary human being is one of the features of his transcendental body. In the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, also it is stated that Arjuna prayed to see Krishna form of 4 hands. Then Tenavya Rupena Chatur Bhujena. After revealing this form, Krishna, when petitioned by Arjuna, again assumed his original human-like form, Manuṣīṁ Rūpam. These, Mataji scroll kar dijiye. These different features of Supreme Lord are certainly not those of ordinary human being. Hare Krishna ji.
Some of those who deride Krishna and who are infected with Mayavadi philosophy quote the following verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam 3.29.21 to prove that Krishna is just an ordinary man. Aham sarveshu bhuteshu bhut atma vatishtaha sada. The Supreme is present in every living entity. We should better take note of this particular verse from Vaishnava Acharyas, like Ajit Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Instead of following the interpretation of unauthorized persons who deride Krishna, Jeev Goswami commenting on
Mataji,
this
Jiva Goswami.
Jiva Goswami commenting on this verse says that Krishna in the plenary expansion as Paramatma is situated in the moving and non-moving entities as the super soul. So any neophyte devotee who simply gives the attention to Archa Murti, the form of Supreme Lord in the temple, and does not respect the other living entities is uselessly worshipping the form of Lord in the temple. There are three kinds of devotees of the Lord, and the neophyte is the lowest stage. The neophyte devotee gives more attention to the deity in the temple than to other devotees. So Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur warns that this sort of mentality should be corrected. A devotee should see that because Krishna is present in everyone's heart as Paramatma, every body is an embodiment or the temple of the Supreme Lord. So, as one offers respects to the temple of the Lord, one should similarly properly respect each and every body in which the Paramatma dwells. Everyone should therefore be given proper respect and should not be neglected. Hare Krishna.
There are also many impersonalists who deride temple worship. They say that since God is everywhere, why should one restrict himself to temple worship? But if God is everywhere, is he not in the temple or in the deity? Although the personalist and impersonalist will fight with one another perpetually, a perfect devotee in Krishna consciousness knows that although Krishna is the Supreme Personality, he is all-pervading as confirmed in the Brahma Samhita. Although his personal abode is Goloka Vrindavan and he is always staying there, by his different manifestations of energy and by his plenary expansion, he is present everywhere in all parts of the material and spiritual creation.
Okay, so we have come to the end of this purport. We'll open it up now for questions or comments on anything that you read, the whole chapter, as well as particularly this particular verse. And yeah.
Yeah, I want to ask about one of the purports, I guess, where it says that a devotee, even though he engages in abominable acts, if he is totally devoted to the worship of Krishna, then he attains me. Isn't that's contradicting other things that we just read?
How does it contradict?
Because it says that those who just look at the deity, the neophyte, and ignores other devotees, by implication, it's like, other being good in other ways. It's not of much use. So So you mean to say that if a devotee is totally engaged in worshipping Krishna, but he is horrible in other ways, he's still saved?
He will be saved. Yeah, and that is the mercy of Krishna. And that is the beauty of devotional service. Because what happens is that devotional service itself is purifying. And they say in the Ishopanishad, or whether it's nectar of instruction, I'm forgetting, they uses the word prophylactic and antiseptic and prophylactic, right? So antiseptic is something like Dettol, right? We all know Dettol. We grew up with Dettol. So when you cut yourself, you apply Dettol, and the idea is that if there are any germs, etc., that lotion is going to kill them. That means that there is infection, and you apply the antiseptic, and antiseptic is going to annihilate the infection. So that's one, right? Second is prophylactic. Prophylactic is stuff that you take to prevent getting infected. For example, some people might take vitamin C tablets to prevent getting cold, like that. So the prophylactic. So it says that the Lord is, and he's not different from his devotional service. The Lord is both the antiseptic and prophylactic. So what does that mean? It means that those who are doing devotional service properly, right? So that means they are taking a prophylactic. This means they're saved for the future. Just the devotional service, active devotional service will save them. And the second one was the antiseptic. Antiseptic is that you got infected, right? But you have applied something there, and now the antiseptic takes care of that. So similarly, when people are doing some horrible, abominable activities, but if they are doing devotional service, the devotional service will save them. Maybe not immediately. Maybe they will go through some cycle there, but ultimately they will become devotees, like Jagai and Māḍhā, right? They took to devotional service, and then they, became completely converted, like that. Go ahead.
Also, the devotional service will purify them to stop their abominable acts and reverse their actions.
Exactly.
Okay, I thought side by side, they could do it side by side and they would still get saved.
No, they will become, like they always say that every saint has a past and every sinner has a future. So it's very comforting words. Every sinner has a future, like a good future. So he'll have a future, and the sinner's future, if the sinner continues to sin and there's nobody to correct him, then he will go down, right? But if somebody comes in, like Srila Prabhupada came in our lives, or somebody else came in our life, gave us the scriptures and gave us all these books, then our future is different, right? Like that. So yes, that's the beauty of devotional service. And karmani nirdhati kintu cha bhakti bhajam. It says that the act of devotional service just, kills everything. Any of the tendencies that not only sin, but also to do the tendency to commit sins. There's a verse where Parishad Maharaj says to Sukadeva Goswami, Kvachit nivartate abhadat, kvachit charati tat punaha, prayaschittam athopartam manyo kunjar chochavat. So he said that sometimes a person who is putting a lot of efforts at not doing things, right, still goes and does it, like that, right? And so he says that, so how do people try to avoid doing this? For example, somebody is driving very fast on the road and they hit a cow. And now somebody says, oh, you are a Vaishnava, you killed a cow. And so then what is the prayashchit? So they go to some priest and ask, well, what can I do to cancel this out? And so they will say, okay, now you make a cow of gold or cow of silver and you donate that, and that will take care of this, right? So they do that. It could be a tiny cow, not a big cow of that size, and they donate it. But then guess what? Just that act of prayashchit, if they're very smart and knowing how much it costs them to go through that pain of donating, they might be a little bit careful, but not necessarily. They might also see this as that I can continue to drive recklessly as long as I have the money to donate cows whenever I hit a cow, like that, right? They can also do that thing. So he says that this prayashchit that people do, to me, it looks like it's like the bathing of an element. Manya kunjar shochvat. Shochvat is bathing. Shoch is bathing. This is like if you notice an elephant, the elephant will go into the river and it'll take a bath in the river. And then once it comes out of the river, it'll take some water, it'll take some sand or dust from it, and it'll spray it all over its body. And the idea is that it wants to keep the flies away from coming and sitting on his body and disturbing him. But then the whole process of cleansing and bathing is gone now, right? So he says that this prayaschit is also something like that. But bhakti is not prayaschit. Prayaschit is at a lower level where we're just participating in some rituals. So you killed that, so let's do this. I want that, so let's do this, like that, right? But bhakti is, and it says that in the Brahma Samhita, that bhakti is where it says, Yasta Indra Gopas Athavendra Ahosa Karma, right? It says that right from the tiny insect called Indra Gopa, all the way up to Indra, who's the king of heavens, they're all impacted by the reactions to the sinful activities that we do. But then he says, but karmani nirdahati kintu cha bhakti bhajam. However, the act of doing devotional service will completely eradicate all karmas and also eradicate the desire to do sinful activities. So that is where, when people apichet sudracharo, bhajte mam ananya bhak sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasito hisa shipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nigacchati kwanteya pratijanihi nabe bhaktiya pranashyati. So he says that if somebody is doing very abominable activity, but he's engaged in devotional service, you consider him to be a saint. And why? Because you're looking at that in the future, looking at that person's future and saying, okay, because he's already in the right path, he will reach the right destination, like that. So that is bhakti. And so how does that person reach the right destination? Because as he's walking along that path of devotional service, the tendency to commit sins is also eradicated. Not only the reaction of past committed sins, but even the tendency to commit the sins is gone. And because the tendency to commit sins is not gone, that's why you see people are put in jail, they come back and they do the same thing again, right? Because tendency is not gone. So to remove that tendency, you need something very powerful, and devotional service is one such powerful thing there. Any other observations?
I have one question, and this is not related to this verse in particular. When I look at the spelling, Bhagavad-gita and Bhagavatam, over the Bhagavatam, the first A, there's a bar on top to elongate the A. And then Bhagavad-gita, there isn't. And I hear a lot of people saying Bhagavad-gita. So is it Bhagavad-gita or Bhagavad-gita? Because there's no, the A is not elongated, and I've always known it as
Bhagavat. Yeah, Bhagavat.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. That's why I really like Prabhupada's way of transliterating. We can't make a mistake. It's very, very, scientific. Bhagavad. It is not Bhagavada, because there's no A at the end. The Bhagavad. And if you look at the Hindi, which I won't be able to show you here, if you look at the Hindi, then the Hindi is Bhagavada, and underneath the da there is a dash, because it's a half da. In Sanskrit, words can end in a half letter. Yeah. Bhagavad-gita. Anything else? Thank you, Pushpa, for joining us today. Well, so the interesting thing here is that avajānanti māmuḍhā, and so this is such a powerful slok today that where he's talking about Premai Radha. Did you have a question? I saw your hand raised and then you disappeared from the screen.
Yes, Mataji. So basically, yeah, Mataji, sorry to interrupt you, but I was also thinking when Mataji was discussing that abominable, action, 9.50, I was thinking I heard once in a class about Bharat Maharaj. If we consider his life, then, we can say that he got attracted to a deer. Basically, in Gita Sabodhini, I had read that abominable act actually means when we get attracted to sense gratification, which has nothing to do with Krishna. So he also got attracted to something material, and then we can see that he loses that lifetime. He doesn't go back to Godhead. But Krishna excuses him and gives him a reminder in his next life that this is how you did. Your previous life you wasted in a way. So now, so then Krishna helps him from within his heart to purify himself and then he becomes a perfect devotee. So we as people who are trying to do devotional service and still struggling, we should not judge devotees like Bharat Maharaj and all, because they are teaching us through their example. And also sometimes exalted devotees like Bharat Maharaj and all, they we sometimes these kind of high devotees, they come momentarily under the modes, but then they also immediately they get to know, and then they start doing devotional service with more vigor, and their fall is not actually a fall. It is like they learn more and they go back to Krishna.
Yes, and then also their fall sometimes is not a fall because they are enacting all this for our understanding. That, if you get attracted and attached so much, this is what's going to happen. These are the consequences, right? But yes, like we said, that when we take one step towards Krishna, he takes 10 towards you. And that is why when he was at a very high stage of devotional service, at the stage of bhava. That's a very high stage, and also a warning that if you mess around, then you will fall down. Like that, yeah, a good citation there.
And Mataji, the shloka that we are doing today, 9.11, I was reading, and there, I was reading this conversation between Prakashananda Saraswati and Lord Chaitanya, and there, Prakashananda Saraswati is saying, they were having this conversation regarding Mayavad philosophy and personalism versus impersonalism, and there Prakashananda Saraswati, because he was really attracted to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's effulgence, because these impersonalists, they always get attracted to effulgence and then they relate that effulgence to Narayan. So they got so attracted to his beauty and his effulgence that they understood that he is actually Narayan, which is true also, which is true. And there he says, he actually confronts to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He says, indeed, we know that all the commentaries on Vedic scriptures by Mayavadi philosophers are erroneous, especially those of Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya's interpretations of Vedanta Sutra are all figments of his imagination. And then he goes on to say that the way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained the whole philosophy, Vedanta philosophy to him, he's saying that such explanations of the codes of Vedanta Sutra and the Upanishad cannot be given by anyone but the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Since you have all the potencies of the Supreme Lord, please explain the Vedanta Sutra further so that I may be benefited. So sometimes fools are also, Prabhupada says, are Mayavadis, because they don't believe in the personal form of the Lord. But sometimes when Krishna's mercy is there, because he got attracted, Prakashananda got attracted to Mahaprabhu's beauty, Mahaprabhu became very merciful, and he also held Mahaprabhu's hand and got him inside, right? When Mahaprabhu was sitting next to that water where people were washing their feet, he actually saw the humility of Mahaprabhu, and he held his hand with a lot of love and affection and got him inside and gave him a proper seat to sit. That actually melted Mahaprabhu's heart, and then Mahaprabhu gave him the mercy to understand and not to deride him. That understanding that yes, this is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is not just an ordinary human being.
Yes, correct, absolutely. And in this context, there's the word fool used here also, right? And Prabhupada in the purport says, he talks about impersonalists, right? So Prabhupada is mentioning that because foolish can be at various levels. Sometimes somebody is simpleton and they people call him foolish. They're not fools, right? Here in this verse is avajānanti mūḍhā. The mūḍhās are those who do not understand Krishna, that this Krishna standing over here is not a yogi and he's not a body and a soul combination or a human being. Like if you look at the mānuṣīm, see, avajānanti mūḍhā mānuṣīm, he's saying mānuṣīm. He's not saying manushya. Right? So there's a difference between mānuṣīm and manushya. What is the meaning of mānuṣīm here?
In the human form.
In the human form. So there is a difference between human form and human, right? Because sometimes you see, when you go to the school, the kids are performing, so a kid becomes a bunny rabbit. So that is a kid coming to you in the form of a bunny rabbit, right? Jumping here and there. So there's a difference between form and that thing itself, right? So
Human
they're
form,
saying,
yeah.
in a human form, right? Avajānanti in a human form, tanum, the body. So they are just thinking that, Krishna, and then Krishna within, Krishna without, all that things Prabhupada is saying over there, right? So that is the problem with atheists and atheists, they don't see Krishna anywhere. And then of course the impersonalists, right, who don't believe in the form of Krishna. And he's just saying that they do not understand me. So what is the problem? Why do they not see them? Like if you go to Mahabharata, Pandavas understood that this is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kamsa knew him to be Vishnu, right? Kamsa was talking about Vishnu, but what was the flaw there? If he thought that Krishna is Vishnu, what was the flaw in Kamsa's understanding? Kamsa is a mūḍhā or not?
Yeah, he is.
He is? Okay. But justify that from this verse. Let's go back and see what was Kamsa trying to do. What was Kamsa's goal in life?
He wanted to kill Krishna.
He wanted to kill Krishna, right? Right? And now what is that? From this line, and he could not kill Krishna, and we know he cannot kill Krishna because, now give me a line from this verse to support that statement. Kamsa cannot kill Krishna because
they do not know his transcendental nature.
Because
he's the Supreme Lord.
Body.
Yes,
Krishna
param bhavam. Yes, he does not understand that I am mama bhūta-maheśvaram. I am what? Let's look at the meaning of this. What is it?
My transcendental
nature of the Supreme.
No.
No.
Fourth line.
My everything that be the Supreme Proprietor.
Supreme. He does not understand that he's supreme. That's why he's saying, I will kill him, I will kill him.
Yeah.
He knew that he has got something extra, and then he was going to kill, and he like that, right? So understand that foolish people will do these kind of activities, right? And then those who are atheists, don't believe in God, right? Or have some sort of a, again, if you look at, let's take Srimad Bhagavatam. There's a very interesting thing there. Srimad Bhagavatam, I think 7-8 chapter, Canto 7-8 chapter, where the Prahlad Maharaj thing is going on, right? So this is, just to give a little context here, this is chapter 8 of Bhagavad-gita, where it talks about Narasimhadev slaves the king of the demons, right? Who did Narasimhadev slay? We had his Hiranyakashipu, right? Okay. And then, so here, I'm just going to go to some verses. They're interesting that we should read. So what is happening is that Hiranyakashipu has got the boons, and he is torturing everybody. And he has a son, Prahlad, 5 years old. And Prahlad, who had learned Vedic wisdom from Narad Muni while he was in the womb of his mother, Kayadu. And so he starts preaching his classmates during the lunch break and intervals and all that, right? Plague break and all that. They started to become a devotee. So this was getting alarming for the sons of Shukracharya, Shanda and Amar, who were the teachers of Prahlad Maharaj. And so they go and they tell Hiranyakashipu that, we are a little bit concerned because he's converting. I mean, forget about not being a Asura himself, refusing to be a Asura himself. He's now converting others also to do that, right? So, so then there's this conversation going on between between Prahlad Maharaj and his father. And I was so surprised. Let's see how Prahlad Maharaj is talking to his father. Why don't you read? Whose turn is it to read?
Mine.
Okay, then give me text number 10.
In former times, there were many fools like you who did not conquer the six enemies that steal away the wealth of the body. These fools were very proud, thinking, I have conquered all enemies in all the 10 directions. But if a person is victorious over the 6 enemies, and is equipoised toward all living entities. For him, there are no enemies. Enemies are merely imagined by one in ignorance. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so what do you think are the 6 enemies?
Five
Plus-
senses and the
and
mind. 6 enemies.
5 senses and the mind, right? So those who have not conquered that, they are the real fool people.
Yeah, 6 enemies.
Right? Yeah. So, sorry, 6, correct. Right? Okay. Now let's continue. Who's next?
Mataji, I have a doubt. The 6 enemies are not lust, anger, greed, pride, illusion.
Well, those are faults.
Okay.
Enemy and fault, yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Text 11. Hiranyakashipu replied, "You rascal, you are trying to minimize my value as if you were better than me at controlling the senses. This is over intelligent. I can therefore understand that you desire to die at my hands, for this kind of nonsensical talk is indulged in by those about to die."
Next person. Next person. Whose turn is it?
Jyoti.
Jyoti.
Is she with that? Jyoti? I don't see her on the screen. Maybe she had to draw. Oh, no, there's something more. Yeah, Jyoti, can you?
You
Yeah,
rascal, you are trying to minimize my value as if you were better than me at controlling the senses. This is over intelligent. I can,
yeah, Mataji, you're supposed to read 12.
Mataji,
You are supposed to read number 12.
nahi, I was reading. Oh, sorry. Oh, most unfortunate Prahlad, you have always described a supreme being other than me, a supreme being who is above everything, who is the controller of everyone, and who is all pervading. But where is he? If he is everywhere, then why is he not present before me in this pillar?
Hare Krishna. May I read the next one?
Yes, please, yeah.
Because you are speaking so much nonsense, I shall now sever your head from your body. Now let me see your most worshipable God come to protect you. I want to see it.
Being, being obsessed with anger, Hiranyakashipu, who was very great in bodily strength, thus chastised his exalted devotee son Prahlad with harsh words. Cursing him again and again, Hiranyakashipu took up his sword, got up from his royal throne, and with great anger struck his fist against the column.
Next person.
Vindhyavali Mataji.
You are on mute. So,
But I'm reading. Oh, sorry. Being observed with anger, Hiranyakasipu, who was very
number
great.
15. Number 15.
Okay. Then from within the pillar came a fearful sound, which appeared to crack the covering of the universe. Oh, my dear Yudhishthira, this sound reached even the abodes of the demigods like Lord Brahma, and when the demigods heard it, they thought, oh, now our planets are being destroyed. Hare Krishna.
While showing his extraordinary prowess, Hiranyakashipu, who desired to kill his own son, heard that wonderful tumultuous sound which had never before been heard. Upon hearing the sound, the other leaders of the demons were afraid. None of them could find the origin of that sound in the assembly.
To prove that the statement of his servant servant Prahlad Maharaj was substantial. In other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall. Hare Krishna ji.
What is this?
Lion.
Okay. Let's take these two words. Now let's try.
Lion and loin.
So which one is here?
Lion.
Lion, right? So lion is sher, okay? And lion
Yes.
is what? Lion is the thigh, right? Inner part of the thigh is lion.
Ji,
So this
ji.
is lion. Okay.
Lion.
Okay, who's coming next?
Varsha
Yes,
Mata ji.
Mataji. While Hiranyakashipu looked all around to find the source of the sun, that wonderful form of the Lord, which could not be ascertained to be either a man or a lion, engaged from the pillar.
Emerged.
In amazement, Hiranyakashipu wondered, what is this creature that is half man and half lion?
Lion.
Lion.
Lion. Mataji, aise. Lion.
A lion.
We pronounce it like that. Varshana Mataji, like this. Okay.
Hiranyakashipu studied the form of the Lord, trying to decide who the form of Narasimhadev standing before him was. The Lord's form was extremely fearsome because of his angry eyes, which resembled molten gold, his shining mane, which extended the dimensions of his fearful face, his deadly teeth, and his razor-sharp tongue, which moved about like a dueling sword. His ears were erect and motionless, and his nostrils and gaping mouth appeared like caves of a mountain. His jaws parted fearfully, and his entire body touched the sky. His neck was very short and thick, his chest broad, his waist thin, and the hairs on his body as white as the rays of the moon. His arms, which resembled flanks of soldiers, spread in all directions as he killed the demons, rogues, and atheists with his conch shell, disc, club, lotus, and other natural weapons.
Right. So you see, he also uses the lotus as a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a flavor here. So, so look at the difference, right? The father is an atheist, and the son is a devotee, right? So the son sees the Lord everywhere, because when he says that, is he in this pillar? He says yes.
Yes, he says he can see.
But the atheist doesn't see, right? So why is it that the atheist doesn't see? Similarly, in Mahabharata also, Pandavas knew that Duryodhana did not know that he's God. Pandavas knew that, right? So that is because it is it is Krishna's doing. And if you remember, in Bhagavad-gita 7th chapter, we have read this part. Towards the end, it comes. Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavritaha mūḍhāyam nabhijanati lokam mam ajam avyayam. Right? What is the word which is common between this one and today's verse? 9:11. Do you find a
Mūḍhā.
word?
Mūḍhā.
Mūḍhā.
Right? Yeah. So this
Mūḍhāyam
we talk.
nabhijananti.
Mūḍhānam avajānanti. Right? So now let's see. What does it say here? Whose turn is it to read?
Me.
Okay. Translation, please.
I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them I am covered by my internal potency, and therefore they do not know that I am unborn and infallible. Hare Krishna.
Who's next?
Mataji, I have a doubt in this. Basically, the translation says that I'm covered by my internal potency. So, Krishna is saying that Krishna is covered by his internal potency, but we mūḍhās are covered by external
Maya,
potency.
Maya.
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
We are covered with Maya.
Yeah, because Maya cannot cover Krishna.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it is the other way around for us.
Yeah. And then so Maya, the internal potency, covers Krishna for them so that they cannot see. Maya javani kachanam agya doshanam avyam. Kunti Maharani's prayer also he says, right? So, and therefore they do not know that I am unborn and infallible. Actually, this Maya, his internal potency, which is nothing but Krishna, because it's Krishna and Krishna's energy, right? This Maya's, the internal potency covers Krishna in his pastimes also. For example, again in the prayers of Queen Kunti, where he says Gopya Ade, so, right? Dhamatava Yate Dathashru, where he's saying that the Yashoda Maiya is running after Krishna with a stick because he has broken all the milk pots, right? And then Krishna has got tears in his eyes and his throat is, vibrating. He's crying like that, and he's running away from fear. And he says that it is so wonderful sight for me that when everybody is afraid of Krishna, Krishna is afraid of the mom, right? Like that. So, and then Krishna is actually crying at that time. He's actually afraid. Right? And why does that happen? How does that happen? That happens to the agency of his internal potency. Otherwise, Krishna will never be able to enjoy that pastime. Right? Enjoy that pastime.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when Vidyavadu is watching. So when we used to go to movies, my parents used to allow us to watch only one movie a year, 1 year during the summer break. We were not much exposed to the movies and all that, but whatever movies were there would be a villain, a hero, and all that. When the villain used to come, both of us used to be scared, right? And cry also, right? And really scared. And what's going to happen? The heart would start racing. Is he going to kill the hero? Is the hero like that? We used to be very, very scared. And then as we started growing older and older, it was like, nah, this is Amitabh Bachchan. I don't think anybody's going to kill him, like 6 or 7, tracks later, he'll emerge victorious. But then what happened is, in that process, the thrill went away, right? Because we were never afraid, because we were so sure. So that's why when Krishna is here, he really wants to feel that, what is it how does it mean to be a son of, devotee? So son of devotee has to suffer everything that a son suffers from the mother, which could also mean a little beating here and there, right? So it's the same internal potency that he does that. But what I was trying to say as a closing comment here was that Krishna, avajānanti mūḍhā, that why do they not understand Krishna? Krishna is not exposing themselves to them. But if somebody even apparently might look like a mūḍhā, like a very simpleton, a very low level in the hierarchy of a society, Krishna exposes himself to that person, right? Because Krishna is looking for love. He's not looking for super intelligent, so-called super intelligent people, the Gyanis and all that, right? Like that, yeah. So I will have to stop here. And and I will let you know about the call tomorrow. I might have to move it a little later. Again, it depends on when I have to attend a meeting, which is being organized.
Mataji, last Friday we didn't have the class.
Yeah. So I'm speaking right now. So just hold on that thought. So
I was sitting.
Yeah. So I was just saying that. So I don't know when the call is going to happen. It could happen exactly at the time that our call is scheduled. And if that happens, I will know about that only late in the night today. Okay, so watch out for my message on the WhatsApp group as to when the meeting will happen. If it goes for a long meeting, we might end up not having the meeting. In that case, we'll meet on, Monday evening or something like that. I'll to do a short one and read that Monday evening or Tuesday morning for India, right? I'll let you all know how that goes. I'm trying not to skip classes, but we are, going big on Srimad Bhagavatam distribution. There are a lot of meetings that have to be done. Yeah.
So we might have class tomorrow. Is that right?
Yes.
Same time.
The usual Sunday time, Vindhyavali. You don't attend the Sunday class, so you don't have to worry.
Yeah, I will.
You don't worry, yeah.
Oh, you're not. Okay. But what about Fridays?
Next Friday we'll have class.
Okay.
Mataji, what the class? What is the topic for tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow's class we just recite one verse from Bhagavad-gita. It is more sloka memorization
One
and
sloka.
pronunciation.
Thank
Pronunciation
you.
memorization. It's a half-an-hour class, yeah. It's not as long as this one, yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Magar, we don't want to leave,
But we have to.
but we have to. Certain things we don't want to, but we have to.
There you go. Yep.
Life.
Exactly right. All right, then.
Slowly,
Call today. Today's verse is very
Mataji's voice, Mataji. And I'm getting Varshana Mataji's voice.
very good. Yeah, you should recognize, you should try to, yes. When you come to
But as far as possible, put me after Sukomala Mataji.
No. As a
Please.
training for you, I will put you after somebody else now from next week onwards.
No,
Maybe you should Jyoti Mataji, I will put you after Jyoti. Try that.
Okay.
Worst case, we will call out your
What?
name, right? But
Varshana Mataji also.
you cannot be callous towards devotees in a group.
No, I'm not able to understand. I'm getting old.
What is that? All of us are old.
No, I'm older than everybody.
No, you can't say that. नाम गुम जाएगा, चेहरा ये बदल जाएगा, मेरी आवाज ही पहचान लो, अगर याद रहे।
Okay, आवाज पहचान लीजिए। मेरा आवाज तो सब लोग पहचानते हैं। नहीं, मेरा आवाज तो सब लोग पहचानते हैं, मगर किसी का आवाज मैं नहीं पहचानती हूँ।
Because सब लोग क्यों पहचानते हैं आपकी आवाज?
सब लोग पहचानते हैं।
सब लोग क्यों पहचानते हैं आपकी आवाज? सब लोग
Look at Krishna, he's looking it.
सब लोग आपकी आवाज क्यों पहचानते हैं? क्योंकि सब लोग आपकी आवाज पे गौर देते हैं. So that's why I'm saying don't be careless towards other devotees in the class, right? They are there. We should.
No, not careless that time. I'm mūḍhā.
नहीं, mūḍhā.
avajānanti.
No, nothing is impossible. Srila Prabhupada said nothing is impossible. You have to have that attempt. You have to have that desire to do it.
Okay.
Cultivate that desire.
Okay, what would you say?
I'm really enjoying the classes. Very nice. You give so many different.
Good, and thank you for your discussions. You bring so much meaning to the discussion. So keep going.
Yeah, she's having a lot of knowledge.
Nice. Okay, so on that happy note, I'll take your leave, although I don't want to, but we'll have to.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Okay, take care.